Well, welcome everybody. I'm Doug Anderson from DT Studios. Thank you for the introduction from Kevin. I'm going to talk a little bit about visual marketing today and how you can use visual marketing to increase your sales. So without further ado, but quick word, it don't go on to hiding or anything like that. I'm going to try and make this a little bit more interactive and ask some questions and stuff like that. So if you want to come off mute, press the bar and give me some answers, that'd be great, because I want to try and make it more interactive. So brilliant. I shall start. Okay, so I suppose the first question that I'm going to ask everybody is, why visual? Why is visual a good thing to be using for marketing? So I suppose anybody's got any ideas or anything like that, fire away. I know there are a few marketeers in the room, so yeah, I'm sure Jenny, Graham, you might want to pop it in.
And we can put them in chat as well, can't we?
Yeah, exactly. Put them in chat. Absolutely fine. Yeah, as well. So anybody's got any ideas, fire away, or I'll move on.
Picture paints 1,000 words.
Yeah,
exactly. It does. Very good. Very good. That's a good one.
Joe said tells a story.
Yes.
Turns out more than text.
Yes, it does. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, those are good answers. I'll go through a few now so that we get on there. So the ones that we sort of pick out on are, well, images communicate much faster than text. Research says that, you can process an image in 100 milliseconds, whereas text can take you up to 10 seconds to process. So if you want to get that message out there quickly, then visual is the way to do it. Images are memorable. So we tend to recall 65% of what we see, but only 10% of what we hear. Okay, the two are the same. You're more likely to people to open or to follow you on with images and video, and people are more likely to engage with visual content. Okay, so those are a few pieces of why we need to pick visual. Oh, and I suppose lastly, images and video sell. So what is visual marketing? So I think there's a little bit of a description. I don't know why that's come up straight away. I was going to ask the question, but I gave away the answer. Anybody got any ideas what you actually think visual marketing is?
I would say that's going through a marketing process using visual materials as your main means of communication.
Perfect. Perfect. Well done, Philippe. Somebody in visual marketing. Yeah, very good, mate. Yeah, so the description that we use is visual marketing is the practice of using visual media such as images, design, video content to support your marketing campaign. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to talk you through something that we created, something that we put together to help us to explain a process using visual marketing. So as you can see from this little drawing that we've got here, it's a bit like the sales funnel that you traditionally see. But at the top there, you've got awareness. You've really got to make people aware of what you do, where you are, yeah, and how you do it. And if you can do that, then you start to, they sort of go into a pot, or what we call a mixing pot, yeah, where you engage with them, yeah, and build your relationships. And then if you do that over a period of time, and nobody buys at anyone, I mean, very few people are ready to buy your products or services right away, okay, but they may want it over a period of time. That might be a month, 3 months, 6 months, a year. But what you need to do is if you keep engaging with these people, yeah, then eventually they're going to come to that point where they're going to buy. And if you've kept engaging with them, you're going to be in the driving seat when that comes around. And it helps to fight this problem that we all come across with the feast and famine. I think we've all come across that, where you're working on a big project, yeah, you're putting lots of time and effort into it. You're not necessarily putting enough into your marketing. And when the project finishes, you think, oh, I've got nothing to go now. So it tries to get over that feast and famine process. So we'll start at the top where we get awareness. So anybody got any ideas how we can create awareness?
Constantly drip feeding, I think. So you don't want to put something out there and then disappear for 2 months. So on the channels where you want people to see you, you want to be very regularly putting lots of different things.
Absolutely, yeah. Getting out there on a regular basis is one. Yeah, that's very good. Yeah. Anybody else?
Put something out there where you've got like a continuous story going on. You know, you put something out and then people need to follow again to see the next sort of installment and how things progress.
Yeah, storytelling, brilliant. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Yeah, telling your stories, great idea. Okay, I'll go through a few of what we've put down. Well, you need to promote yourself. Yeah, this is how we create awareness, and all those two are part of that process. So yeah, we need to promote ourselves out there. We need to be constantly out there. One of the ways we can promote ourselves is through advertising. Yeah, so that could be paid advertising. It could be something like that. You don't know where these people are, they don't know you. So paid advertising is a good way of getting yourself out there to in front of these people so that you can create that awareness. Okay, another one, PR, regular PR, keeping in front, keeping updated, going to events, going to everything, and keeping yourself out there. And as you said, Joe, storytelling. Tell your story, tell everything, tell everybody about what you do and how you do it. And eventually they'll have this awareness about who you are. So those are some ways that we can use to create awareness. Okay. So that's another question. How can we engage with clients? Are there any good ideas we've got there?
Provoking an emotion of some kind, interest, curiosity, fear, you know, something that resonates with something that they're feeling, because it's a need they need to fulfill, so they might click on it.
Absolutely, yeah. Interest is great. Keep an interest, keeping interest, keep talking about interesting things. And I think I've put down a few here that we can do. We can comment on stuff that they put out there. So if they put in stuff out there on a regular basis, you've got to comment on it and return to it. We've got to inspire them. So, you know, we've got to put stories out there, do stuff that's going to inspire them. We can inform and educate them. Yeah, so we can do, you know, how-to videos, that sort of thing. Oh, we've gone too far. There we go. Okay. So those are a few of the ideas that we can use. So, but what channels can we use? What channels can we use to get out there and educate and engage with people, advertise to people? What channels could we possibly use there?
Ones our clients are on.
Yeah, exactly. But there are lots of different ones. But you've got to find out and do the research as to exactly where people are and what they're doing. But a lot of it could be on social media channels. Yeah, whatever channels they're specifically on. It could be that you decide to do some paid advertising. Yeah, so you could go out there again across the social media channels. If you're B2C, it's going to be different to B2B, for existent. Email is another one. Yeah, you can try emailing people and you can put together your website. There's another one that is TV advertising, and of course, as Joe Whittleson will know, printed media. Again, we can get out there with whatever we want. We can send direct mail, or we can put ads in magazines or articles in magazines. So there's a few channels that you could use to get awareness out there and to engage with your clients. But what could we possibly do? Yeah, what could we do that would give them some interest? Well, I think from my point of view, you need to create meaningful visual content, yeah, that will stand out and capture the imagination of your audience. That could be, hang on, there we go, we're going too fast here. That could be, you can create videos, little videos. There's a lot of different types of videos that you can do. We'll talk through a few now. I'll just go through these quickly, and then we can have some ideas of what you could do. So promotional videos, yeah, you can create yourself a nice promo video, which advertises your products or services. Brand video that advertises your brand, yeah, so really affecting the perception of what people see of you. You could create case studies on particular jobs that you've done. You could do success stories, yeah, so great success. If you won a big order or a big tender, put out a story that tells about that. You could do testimonials from clients, yeah, you've got a really happy client, get a testimonial from them, put it on video. It stands out really well. You can produce how-to videos. Again, these are great for creating trust explainer videos. Again, Philippe does a lot of these, and they're great for explaining the processes and everything that you go through. Similar thing with process videos in manufacturing, do the same sort of thing. So you can see, and vlogs, and you can see there's quite a lot of things that you can do out there, and those are just a few, okay? Photography, what can we do in photos and images? What images can we create? We've got advertising photography, which is great for putting stuff out there. So do some really, really nice images. If you've got a product, this is fantastic. Again, product photography, if you've got a specific product, excellent. Editorial photography, this is more website stuff. So if you've got a website, you put some really nice images on there. PR photography, great. If you've got an event or something going on, then capture it and get those images out there. And all of this design, and all of these help to really give you a presence out there on social media, a visual presence. Then there's design, and with all of the above, we can include graphic design, illustrations, motion effects, and animation, which can support really all the visual aspects that we've got. So I think what we need to do now is just ask the question, if we did all of that, how do we convert this interest, yeah, into orders? Anybody got any ideas?
So 60
You
million
saw it earlier. Yeah, it's there.
Ask, engage, yeah.
Yeah. It's all there. It's following this process really. And if you do that, so you create, going back to what we said at the start, which is you create the awareness of who you are, what you do. Yeah. You bring people in, and then you engage with them, you build that relationship, and then that relationship should make getting those orders much, much easier than it would have done had you not followed this process. So that's really it. That's me. That's us. And thank you very much. Any questions, anybody?
Yeah, let's open the floor to questions. Maybe if I'm just going to try and change the screen so that I can see if people have maybe captured that and got Terry's details. Maybe you could stop sharing for a second, Doug, and then we can
just noticed that last slide has got Terry's on instead of mine, but never mind, it'll get to the same place.
presumably it's Doug at DT Studios.
It is Doug at DT Studios, but it doesn't matter.
All right, do you want to stop sharing for the moment then?
Oh, hang on a sec there. Yeah, how do I do that? Exit. Hopefully that won't send me out of the whole thing.
Brilliant, that's super.
There we go. Okay,
Doug, thank you very much for that. That was excellent. Really good. So yeah, round of applause for Doug. And let's see who's got any questions for Doug. I'm sure. Yeah, Peter, there you are.
It's a question in one way, I suppose, Doug. Have you noticed? Obviously, it's, you're talking about engagement. It's about if you get the engagement, then you will hope that orders will follow if you do it right. Are there any statistics in recent times through COVID and latterly, as opposed to the early times of COVID, where engagement went upwards in many areas because people were just looking for answers and ideas? And it seems to me that in a number of areas, people are tired, and because they're tired, they're not engaging in the same way as they were doing. And that's a perception. I don't know if you feel that's true or not.
It's always true. I think the thing is like the more that goes on there, the more that people are out there engaging on social media, the more videos that are on social media, then the harder you have to work to get noticed. And that's always going to be the case, you know, and this is why we're always trying new things. We're always trying to step up a little bit, do something different, you know. We've recently done photographs, we put orange backgrounds on them, yeah, so that you stand out a little bit more whenever anybody's flicking through. Yeah, yours pops up because you've got a good one there, Peter. And it's just those little bit of differences that you can make to try and get you to stand out there. And your content has to be so much better now from where it used to be. You know, when there weren't so many videos around, it was a novelty to see a video. When there are hundreds of videos, the better ones stand out. So you're trying to think and plan a little bit harder to make it a little bit better. So yes, I do think it's getting harder and harder as the highways are a bit fuller.
Do you think that means that the old phrase "less is more" it holds true in that case? In other words, better quality, but less of it will stand out better if you do a good job as opposed to trying to flood it.
I think so. Yes, I think so. Yeah, that's my perception on it. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks. Thank you.
Good. Yes, Philip.
Doug, in your experience, how much content does one need to develop to maintain that level of engagement, where it's, you know, enough engagement to eventually secure clients?
It really depends upon where they are in the stage. I mean, what you're trying to develop is trust. Yeah, you're building that relationship so that they trust you. Yeah. And by drip feeding out little bits of information all the time, yeah, so you're creating little testimonials, little case studies of work that you've done that people are seeing on a regular basis, and you're building that trust. Now, how long does it take is a difficult question to answer, because it depends when they're in that buying mode. Because, you know, a client might not have the need for your services, yeah, for several months, yeah. But by the time they get to that process, they'll have heard enough about you and what you do to that in their mind, yeah. If you've done a good enough job of it, yeah, you've got that order. All you've got to do is give them the cost, yeah. They already know that they're going to buy from you. They've already decided that, and that's what you're trying to do. That's what you're trying to put into their mind, or to put yourself at least at that level where maybe you're higher than everybody else, so you're in the driving seat. That can take, you know, and that can probably take a very short period of time, really, but it depends upon when they're ready to buy.
Okay.
How many posts do you guys do per day, let's say on LinkedIn?
We try to do at least one post a day. We do a regular thing, generic thing that we put out there. And then we've got a plan now. I'm just redoing my plan for LinkedIn, where I'm going to be doing several posts. Yeah. And one will be a monthly post. One will be a every fortnight, and one will be a weekly thing. And then I'll get my everyday ones as well. So yeah, we're putting content out, but we're trying to strategically show the different areas of the business and build this trust up. So yeah, we're doing sort of product shoots. We'll be doing filming little product shoots, behind the scenes stuff. We'll be putting out a piece to camera, yeah, where we talk about the marketing aspect of the business. And then we'll be doing, there'll be a small, just photographs, just finished photographs of images of products and stuff that we'll be putting straight out there. So hopefully all of this will start to build some trust. And Terry started to do that on Instagram as well, with regular posts that he's putting out there. So yeah, it's a hard job, but I think it's necessary because it does return the results. The results that we've seen from doing this campaign have been great. You know, we're getting good engagement with good clients at the moment, and we're getting some orders through from them. So it does work.
All right, very good. Maybe time for one more question, and we can always come back maybe at the end if there's any more questions after we've heard from Dave. But anybody got another question for Doug? No burning questions? All right, brilliant. I think that's fantastic. Well done, Doug. Thank you very much again.
And Doug,
Really good stuff there. And it's It is a real challenge, isn't it? It's like it's almost like how long's a piece of string? How much do we need to spend to get to get to that level? And it kind of, I mean, I'm not sure if this is a fair question really, but maybe the other way to look at it is most of us have got a limited budget of, say, a few £100 or something. What would be the few things that we should start with that would probably have the most impact?
Yeah, I would start by getting out there with little face-to-face videos and start building yourself up with that. It's easy to do. You can go with a mobile phone and a basic light from desk light, and just make it look quite good. And think about subjects and plan it so that you're giving out regular top tips or little comments or right. regular things, and do those on a regular basis, and then build it up from there. If it starts to get really popular, then improve on it and improve on it, improve it, but just get yourself out there is my advice. Start Brilliant. Doing it and start doing it now.
Good, lovely. Right, thanks very much, Doug. Fantastic.